All right, we're going to continue on now with perfect competition. Here's the last diagram we looked at. I drew you a picture of Mr. Pard, so you remember him. That was supposed to be a star, and those are supposed to be cowboy boots. Looks like he has like a club foot. That was going to be a vest, too. So anyway, that didn't work out great. All right, Mr. Pard, though, the point is we have a straight, inelastic, perfectly inelastic demand curve. At $4, sell as many as you want. Anything above that, no demand. Also, we have marginal revenue, price, and average revenue. It's all the same thing. And again, that was somewhat derived from those numbers that I showed you before. And you can always go back and watch these videos again if you can stand it. But there are the AR and MR numbers that we had before, plus price. So price, marginal revenue, average revenue, and therefore demand is $4. And now the big moment. I'm going to overlay this with the cost curves we did before. So here it is, the perfect competition market without many markings on it. Are you ready? Now, I'm dropped AVC because we're just going to use ATC right now. Eventually, we will use AVC again. There it is. And there is our first market graph that we've ever done. Price and quantity. You see, I was pretty darn close to hitting the minimum point. Close enough. You can always make the dot bigger. Okay, fine. I'll make the dot bigger. Wow, right through the minimum point. Well done. See that? That's how it works. Okay. And you see Mr. Pard. All right, so that is what a perfect competition market looks like when you have to draw it. How do you know it's perfect competition? Because you have the straight Mr. Pard. The cost curves will always be the same. Now, the question is, what should this firm do? And the answer is, they want to produce where marginal revenue equals marginal cost. Okay, now that we are going to say that so much. I'm going to say it again real slow. Maximum profit is where MR equals MC. Now, I'm not going to write it until I've shown you why. Now, let's think about what MR and MC both are. Marginal revenue is the revenue you get from the next unit. Marginal cost is the cost you have of the next unit. So let's take a unit right at the beginning of the function, like right around here. So here's a low quantity. Now, where's marginal cost? There. How much revenue did I get from that unit? Way up there. So it looks like I made a profit on that unit. Now notice we're not calculating total cost and total revenue yet. We'll get well into that. All we're saying is that this firm at that particular point makes a profit on that unit. So make that unit. You know, think of it like I have a pizzeria place. I know the bottled water thing. We'll save that for a while. You know, if it costs me $10 to make the pizza and I can sell it for 11, well, that's a profit. You'll do it. Now, if the next pizza costs me $11.02 to make because I need to buy more ingredients and I sell it for 11, that's bad. Don't make it. So what we're doing now is, once again, marginal analysis, just like we did with comparative advantage and just like we did with utility, the next unit. Back to our diagram. All right, let's go out on the quantity scale a little further and see what happens. How about this point right here? What's the marginal cost? Right there. What's the marginal revenue? There. You should make it. All right, what about this one right here? Costs, looks like about there, revenue there. So gradually, we are making more money. Now I'm going to draw in a blue line here, very close to where those 2 points intersect. And that is a somewhat straight line. Now, do they make money on that unit? Here's how much it costs. Read to the price axis. There's our Mr. Pard line. So yes, that quantity, that's one you'd want to make. So we want to make all of these units because on each individual unit, we made a profit. Now, what about this one? Oh, I'm going to draw it really close. Super duper close to where MR equals MC. Now, do you see that little gap of profit on that unit? It's teeny tiny, but we did make a profit on that unit. Maybe it's a penny. So do it. Now, what about the one where MR equals MC? Right there. Do we make any profit on that unit? Well, no, we don't. Not on that unit. So make that one and stop. Because if you go beyond it, and I'm going to draw one more of these lines, look what happens. Now you can see on this one that MC is higher than MR. In other words, it costs you more to make that unit than you're getting when you sell it. Dumb. Don't do it. So we wouldn't do it. So this is why MR equals MC is the magic formula. And finally, I will write that. I'm going to write that in orange just to make it a little more, dramatic. Max profit maximum that is going to happen where MR equals MC. Now, this is the first of probably 1,000 times you're going to hear that, maybe 10,000 times. So there it is. Max profit at MR equals MC. Now, again, why on the graph? Because we're doing marginal analysis. And each individual unit, yes profit, yes profit, yes profit. No, not on that one. Okay, stop, because beyond there, according to these functions, you are not going to make money. You're even losing money on those. So that's the point you want to go to. Now we're going to calculate profit the way we did with those problems before, where we did the ATC and the kind of trickiness. But where do we find it? Where is that quantity? It comes from the graph. And it'll always be from a graph that you draw like this and you find MR equals MC, which I've covered up with my finger. Sorry. Where MR equals MC. So as much as this graph might look complicated, and it might right now, I know, I told you it's a mess, eventually it's going to be, oh, there's a graph, MR equals MC, but quantity. That's it. Stop. Okay? Everything else will just be details. All right, now, when we talk about profit, I need to say something about economic profit. So I think video number 3 today, which is going to come up here in a few minutes, is going to be about what we mean by economic profit. I'm going to go back to this opportunity cost stuff.